I'm Diane Cox. I'm the director of the Kerr-Tar Regional Council of Governments, and we're so pleased that you're here with us today for our Focus 2020, our Regional Economic Development Summit. This event is a unique opportunity for those who are working to grow the Kerr-Tar region to come together and discuss the opportunities and challenges that lay ahead. By participating in today's inaugural event, and yes, I said inaugural, you are demonstrating your commitment to the growth and success of our community and our region. Today's guests and speakers come from different communities in different parts of the state, even from a different country, but have gathered here to discuss the core economic issues that impact us all. The more we listen and learn from each other, the more equipped we'll be to pursue opportunities to create an even better Kerr-Tar region. At this time, I'd like to take the opportunity to recognize some special guests who are scheduled to be here with us today, and I know some of them haven't arrived yet, but Betty Jo Shepard with the Office of U.S. Senator Richard Burr. Betty Jo, if you will. Thank you. Stephanie Blair and Joey Nelson with Tom Tillis's office. I'm not sure that they're here yet. I checked a few minutes ago and they had not gotten here yet. Emmanuel, and I'm going to get this wrong, Beatty with the Office of U.S. Representative G.K. Butterfield Jr. and Christina Piard with Representative Butterfield's office. Are you here? Thank you. Jerome Malloy with the Office of U.S. Representative Mark Walker. North Carolina Senator Michael Woodard. I haven't seen him yet, but I know he's scheduled to be here. And last but certainly not least, North Carolina House of Representatives member and Vance County Representative Terry Garrison. I'm particularly pleased to highlight our outstanding keynote speakers this year. We've got Doug Griffiths, author of the best-selling book, 13 Ways to Kill Your Community, Dr. Michael Walden, Hillary Sherman, Tom Rue, Jennifer Lance, Dr. Jenny Harris from the Department of Commerce, Dawn Michelle Tucker with Vance Granville Community College, Dr. Pamela Senegal with Piedmont Community College, Judy Bradshaw with Person County Schools, and Rhonda High with Halifax Community College. I'm also pleased to announce that later today, North Carolina Department of Commerce Secretary Anthony Copeland will be making some remarks right after lunch. This event would not have been possible without the generous support of our sponsors and community partners. Special thanks to Franklin County Committee of 100, Tommy and Jenny Hester, Henderson Vance Industrial Park Committee, and Region K Community Assistance Corporation. Planning committee members and lunch sponsors, Franklin, Granville, Henderson Vance, Person, and Warren Economic Development Commissions. Our coffee sponsor today was Henderson Toyota. A great shout out to McGregor Hall Performing Arts Center and the Embassy Square Cultural Foundation for use of this beautiful venue. I hope all of you will come again to see some of the fantastic performances scheduled here. I'd also like to thank our community partners who worked hard to make this event happen. The Franklin County Chamber of Commerce, the Granville County Chamber of Commerce, the Roxborough Area Chamber of Commerce, Henderson Vance Chamber of Commerce, Lake Gaston Chamber of Commerce, and the Henderson Downtown Development Commission for planning and marketing this event. Thanks to the City of Henderson and Vance County for assisting with logistics for today's event. And a special thank you to the Kerr-Tar staff members, Michael Kelly, Katie Connor, and Susan Tucker. As managers, I know we all realize and appreciate those folks who actually do all the work while we receive the recognition. And so none of this would have happened without them. Our summit is designed for community economic development stakeholders, and I believe at the end of our time together today, we all will return home well positioned to work better together and regionally. Now we have a few folks who want to welcome you to the area. We have Gordon Wilder, Chairman of the Vance County Board of Commissioners, Eddie Ellington, Mayor for the City of Henderson, Benny Finch, Board Chairman, Henderson-Vance Downtown Development Commission, and John Wester, Embassy Cultural Center Foundation. So Gordon, thank you.
Well, I look up here and I finally made it to the big stage. I'm Gordon Wilder, Chair of the Vance County Board of Commissioners, and I just want to bring you greetings on behalf of all Vance Countyans and just a warm welcome. It is great to see a number here who are interested in our economic development from all 5 counties. And I did not make any notes because I figured I'd be so far down the program, I just fill in the cracks of what everybody else said. But anyway, just still, I want to bring you a welcome. And I look forward to today's venue. I feel like that we will probably not learn a lot that we don't know, but at the same time, for all 5 counties to hear it, for all to hear it in one place, maybe we can start pulling all in the same direction. That's going to be the key, I think, to the future. We do a lot of good things, pulling here and yonder, but when we start pushing and pulling in the same direction, we'll make some progress. And that's what I look forward to after today. Again, welcome. Thank you for all that you do for these 5 counties.
Good morning, each and every one. And on behalf of the City of Henderson, I welcome you here to this wonderful facility, our crown jewel here in downtown Henderson. To the panel of presenters, our summit organizers, along with a special appreciation to our keynote speaker, Mr. Doug Griffiths, who made his way all the way from Canada to see us. So each of your leadership, professionalism, and proven track record speaks for itself, and we thank you. You know, as I look across this Performing Arts Center, what I see here today exemplifies what teamwork is all about, and the result is progress, and working together is success. The City of Henderson and Vance County are proud investing partners for our future that leads to days just like this. It is our job as leaders that we make these strides and give our residents a sense of hope and vision for tomorrow, for they depend on us. We here at the City of Henderson are embarking on a main redevelopment plan that focuses on our many entranceways coming into along with our city, growing our current historical districts, and placing select landmarks on the National Historical Register. These districts include entire neighborhoods with the use of preservation tax credits and incentives. It provides appearance and stabilization while enhancing and protecting properties from inappropriate changes. And I will also add that we have demolished over 400 dilapidated structures, as well as the old Howard Johnsons and Days Inn motels, holding true to our commitment to remove blight and clean up neighborhoods. Also in the works is a vital economic tool, is our expansion of the Carr Lake Regional Water Facility, the City of Henderson being the controlling partner, supplying water to Henderson, Vance County, the City of Oxford, Granville County, Warren County, and we also sell allotments to our customers in Franklin County. We take pride in this $40 million project that will increase our output from 10 million gallons a day to 20 million gallons a day, and that is a testament that we are open for business. And as we will hear later today, further emphasizing the importance of water. Just last month, the City Council approved Resolution 1942 for a building reuse grant for Mariah Paramedical Health Center through the Department of Commerce, and we thank Secretary Copeland, who will be here later today, for renovations and massive upgrades to expand their cardiac catheterization lab. The city committed and put forth in the amount of $24,125 in order for the grant to be awarded, with a total payout of $312,500. And I want to thank Diane Cox with the Kerr-Tar Regional Council of Governments for administering that grant and her partnership with us. Diane, thank you. This will give our citizens peace of mind and convenience to receive top-notch cardiac care right here at home, while also creating an additional 25 jobs. We're also happy to add that we now have a permanent life flight helicopter station right here in Henderson. And we have a lot of great things taking place, and this is just a few of the highlights. But as we move on now with the program, this is a moment of promise for our region, and it's a tribute to the extraordinary drive, talents, and determination of many of you gathered right here today. You know, it's easy to criticize, condemn, and complain, to seek out the negative, for it's human nature. However, I charge everyone here, for you're the community leaders here today, to use this and educate others on the many positive attributes and the progress that we're making. Not to just listen, but to live it. Put it into action. We are the future. I have a strong sense of pride for my hometown, and I'm determined to do my part to ensure its vitality for many years to come. I ask you to stand with me, and may God bless each of you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you all here from near and far. Appreciate the participation. Glad to have this event. Appreciate the Council of Governments having it in downtown Henderson. As mentioned in the program, I'm chairman of the Downtown Development Commission, and we do love this facility, and we're proud to have it, and we'll talk a little bit more about it in a couple moments. But I want to tell you a little bit about downtown just while I'm up here and got a good audience to talk to. Right now we have over 100 businesses in downtown. 25 of them or more have been in business over 20 years in downtown. So we love that. In the past year, we've had 4 close. We hate that. But we've had 14 purchases of property in downtown, all separate purchases for people to invest in or add jobs in their business in. That was about 42,000 square feet, about $1.5 million in investments. And we're also working to be a Main Street city. We have been before. We want to do that again. We're on a successful path to have that done this summer. And I counted around 20 plus new businesses in downtown Henderson in the past 12 months. So activity is going good. This center is very beneficial in helping us attract businesses to the downtown area, along with the continued work efforts of the Downtown Development Commission, the Chamber, the Economic Development Office, and many others. So appreciate y'all coming here. Hope you'll come back to other events here in the near future. And to tell you more about the McGregor Hall and Performing Arts Center is John Wester. John, come on out and talk to the group.
I'll give you three quick bullet points that I want you to think about while you're here today. $2.3 million into the local economy, and I say local in a broader sense, in 2019. 5.5 of the total economic growth in the last 3 years has been attributable to McGregor Hall. And we're the only performing arts center. We don't use that term loosely. We're really a learning center. Over 500 seats in North Carolina that's funded totally privately. There is no municipal, government, state, or federal money involved. All that to say is if your town, your city, or your geographical region is not relevant, inclusive, and investing for the future, then you are moving towards your demise. That was and is the concept of the Embassy Cultural Center Foundation. The ECCF, McGregor Hall, we got so many names. McGregor Hall was created when a diverse group of individuals were recruited by the city of Henderson who had the vision to think regionally. And when this group of citizens came together, the foundation was formed because the foundation could be more economically responsible, achieve greater results, and do so in a more timely manner than government could do it. That is not a push against government, but there is a role that the private sector needs to play to complement government. Henderson's business district was the poster child of obsolescence. Where you are now, there were 2 blocks of dilapidated buildings, abandoned buildings, really bad buildings. And the presence of those buildings reminded you to do 2 things: drive faster and lock your doors. 70% of that real estate of these 2 blocks were acquired by the city of Henderson by gift from the owners of the property. 30% of that property was purchased under terms that were favorable to both the developer, being the city, and to the owners. Bulldozers roared and eyesores became imitations. Our next step was to raise $12 million, and we built the library next door. It was privately raised money with some federal assistance in the early days. As soon as the Embassy Cultural Center had raised the money to build the library, we in turn gifted it to the city of Henderson. That kept the taxpayers from having to pay for a library that's funded by the city and the county. Private sector, public sector met for a great opportunity. We check all the boxes when you look at community projects, to see if you accomplish those goals. And I believe, as our speaker will talk about this afternoon, we cover all 13 chapters. That was a good read. I enjoyed reading. But we are not just a performing arts center. We're not just a learning center. First and foremost, we are an economic engine. We shore up property values. We are an economic engine that we increase the viability of this community and for Benny, for downtown Henderson. It's not simply a Henderson issue, though. We are a strategic engine, and then we provide services to the most needy of our community. And we provide social and intellectual development. We don't simply embrace diversity, we celebrate it here. McGregor Hall was never, ever intended to be Henderson and Vance County's trophy. It is a beacon for the entire region. And we have preached that growth is a regional issue. Our day job may be a 970-seat theater, but it's utilized for so much more. And this is a perfect example of what we think the future of this regional facility can be. We consider ourselves the living room of a larger community. I'm going to skip my second page and say this because this is the audience today. This is a regional issue. I am very proud to have served on the city council with people like Chick Young, Clem Seifert, did not serve with Eddie, and Pete O'Gary, and our Vance County leadership. Before the word regional was a catchphrase for today, it was a philosophy of this community. We cannot do it alone. Clayton, Garner, Wake Forest, they didn't grow just because of their own efforts. They had Raleigh. We have to think regionally. If we don't think regionally, we're not going to survive on our own. And I welcome this outpouring of regional opportunities today. And I think to myself, every Sunday I think, how can we double the congregation? And it's real simple. If every person would invite one person to church the next Sunday, you could double your congregation a week. That's how I feel about economic growth in our region. If we could just enlist, you're the leadership. It's your job to bring somebody else to the table. And with the speakers today, maybe they can tell us how we can do it. Welcome to Henderson, and I wish I had 10 minutes to tell you about all the rest of the things we do here, but I invite you to attend our performances and all of our intellectual development opportunities. Thank you.